Hello and welcome, air signs, to another monthly overview. Hasn't it gone fast? April's nearly over. May is about to begin. Um, Welcome if you are new, and welcome back if you are a regular viewer. As regular viewers will know, this is probably a lineup for an all signs overview, a weekly overview, if you will, or a monthly overview, which is a monthly overview for you air signs. Okay, as you know from the title and all that. So basically, if you're new, what I do is I pull a rune out of there. That will be the overall energy of the month for you all. Then we get 5 cards out of there. That will be one for each complete week of the month. And the last card will be going from April into May. No, May into June. Yeah. I'm getting confused with my months there. And then we get some clarifiers out. Now, normally the clarifying deck would be on the table, ready to go. But I'm unsure which one I'm meant to be using today. I'm being drawn to another deck today than my regular deck I would normally use. So we will just see which one I pick up when it comes to clarifying. They have both been shuffled ready for this particular read. So without much further ado, shall we get on with it? And much further ado, I wonder where that comes from. Rob's Words would know. Go and check out Rob's Words. It's a good channel, especially if you like languages. Okay, so there we go. That's our overall energy for the month. That is not a blank rune, before you wonder. It is not the void. I do not use the void in my runes. I feel that was added as a later thing to the runes to just make the number a round metric number, 25, because there's only 24 runes. So let's have a look. See, we have got Lagoose in reverse. Now this is Lagoose in the upright would be the flow. Okay, the flow of energy, the flow of water, using your intuition, your unconscious self, physical and psychic abilities, feminine side, if you will. The feminine doesn't mean female in this particular case when we're talking energetically. The feminine side will be like using your intuition and all that, and growth. But this is in reverse. This is blocked. Okay, so we're dealing with a lack of flow, not going with your intuition, going against your intuition. Is always a bad sign. That's when things go wrong for you. Not paying attention to your dreams, not listening to your unconscious self, not relying on your psychic abilities. We all have them. We all have them. It's the sixth sense. They've called it the sixth sense for a reason. Okay, in my understanding, my belief, I should say, it's not necessarily understanding. When we are born with all 6 senses. Okay, feel, touch, taste, sound, hearing, noise, that sound, hearing, smell, sight, all that wonderful stuff. But we have a 6th sense. It's the primordial sense, if you will. It's hard to describe in human infants, but in animal behavior, yeah. Let's take a cuckoo. A cuckoo lays its egg in a host nest. It's known as a parasite bird. Okay, it kicks out all the other eggs normally and just leaves that one egg, which the parents come back and finds the one egg and goes, well, it's lucky we've still got one. So it keeps the egg incubated, it hatches the egg, it feeds the chick, and eventually a big cuckoo grows. Now, the cuckoo, being a bird, relies on imprinting. Whatever it sees when it's first born, it believes it's that. Okay, that's why when chickens hatch and they see you, they follow you round everywhere, yeah, as a little chick, because it believes it's you. You are its mum. So it thinks it's a big human. Okay, now cuckoos, on the other hand, they do this. So let's just say a blue tit hatches a cuckoo's egg, and well, the cuckoo believes it's a blue tit. Okay, and it flies around during the summertime, growing, getting bigger. The blue tits are teaching it, taught it how to feed and survive and grow and thrive for itself. And then come the winter time, as the winter starts to approach, it thinks, I've got to fly south. Where does this come from? It's that intuitive feeling, it's the intuition, it's the genetic memory, if you will. Okay, so it flies south for the winter, and then it finds other cuckoos. Now, it believes it's a little blue tit. Why is it attracted to other cuckoos, what look like cuckoos? They might all believe they're different types of birds, but they look like cuckoos, to mate with another cuckoo. Why would it not try to mate with a blue tit? Okay, again, it's that sixth sense. It's the knowledge built into it, which is that I have to do this because that is actually what I am. It doesn't matter what I think I am. I know I am actually that. Okay, so yeah, try not to block your intuition. Try not to block your psychic abilities. We all have them. Okay, we have them from childhood, and then they're beaten out of us. Think of kids. The best way to describe it in human children is kids' imaginary friends. Now, these imaginary friends could quite easily be their spiritual guides, could be spirits what haven't passed on yet. Okay, but because they're using their sixth sense still, because they're relying on that, they're open, they're receptive to them. They actually see their friend. Okay, we don't, because it's been beaten out of us as we grow up. Anyway, enough of that. Shall we get on with the read? So we have got Lagoose. Lagoose is in reverse. There is a blockage. There is a lack of flow. For some of you, this could end up meaning that you're going through a drought of some description this month. Maybe you're getting less pay than you want or need. Maybe it's less love than you want or need. Maybe for some of you, you are actually physically going through a drought. You're living in an area where it should be chucking it down with rain at the moment, filling the water tables, and it is still bone dry. Okay, let's see what we have clarifying this Lagoose. We have got the Chariot, which I already knew was at the bottom because I looked at it before I put the deck down, but I thought I'd just do it like normal to show you lot. And the Emperor. Okay. To me, this is to move forward, you need to take control. Okay, the Emperor drives the Chariot. Okay, and the Chariot doesn't have reins. The Emperor literally wheels those horses to go in the direction it wants them to. Yes, it uses its psychic abilities. Bang! Look at the link to that. If you're here as a skeptic, I feel I have got a skeptic watching today, and you don't believe tarot, you might believe it by the end of this. I might have just swayed you and changed your mind a little bit. But it is, yes, the Emperor is all about taking control of your life, or sometimes it can be an overbearing, controlling person within your life. Okay, and the Chariot is all about driving forward, winning against the odds. Okay, all that wonderful stuff. And so for the first week, we have got the King of Swords. For the second week, we have the Ace of Swords. For the third week, we have got the 10 of Wands. For the fourth week, we have got the Ace of Wands. See a pattern appearing here. Yes, I did see a pattern appearing there. So then for the last week of April, last week of May, going into June, is the 9 of Swords. So we'll deal with each one of these as and when we go through the read. I will point out at this moment that it is a general read. It may or may not resonate with you. If it does resonate with you, that is fantastic. If it doesn't resonate with you, don't worry too much. Perhaps you're not working from your sun or rising sign. Perhaps there's another aspect of your birth chart you are working from this month. So if it ain't resonating with you, it does pay to go and check out all the other all signs overviews. Or not all signs overviews, like monthly overviews for earth signs, fire signs, water signs, and obviously you, the air sign. And the other thing is, this is a predictive read. We are dealing with the future in a big way here, where I'm doing a whole monthly pull of the energies and what the energies should be. Now, these energies can change by the time they get to you, depending on your free will and your choices and where you've decided to go within the month. Okay, this is where the universe feels the current energies should just be pushing everyone, if everyone just let the current push them through life. But Lagoose is in reverse. The current isn't pushing people through life. People are fighting against the current. Okay, and that could be other people around you are fighting against the current, causing you to go in different directions. Okay, and lastly, these might not necessarily follow through from one week to the other for you all. This one could literally be for an Aquarius, and this one could literally be for a Gemini, okay? And nothing more than that. So do take on board that little note and fit it into your life how it fits best. If it doesn't resonate, don't try to shoehorn it in. Some of it might not. Just take what does. Okay, I'm going to clear my throat quickly. We're using these cards today, so let's crack on with it. Okay, so the King of Swords. The King of Swords, all the kings are cards of taking action. It's cards of, again, forward movement, if you will. But the King of Swords is all about taking action upon the truth, knowing the truth, and taking action upon that truth. So the first week of the month, a truth is coming to the surface. I'm not going to say it has arrived, because clearly that is the second week, or that the second week might be just what you decide to do with the truth after taking action on the truth. So there's our cards for it, flipped over as I was shuffling. And so we got a Knight of Swords and an Eight of Swords. Now this is telling us that there is going to be some sort of information coming towards you, or perhaps you are sending information out. Okay, you're going to send a message off to someone. Maybe it might be a butt dial. It might not necessarily strictly be an act of conscious will by yourself, but if it's a butt dial, then it's the universe kicking this off for you. Okay, so it could be you sending out a message. It could be a message coming into you. It's quite an important message. It's quite a truthful message. It could be just someone telling you how they think about you. It could be telling you some home truths about yourself. Maybe you're putting someone in their place and telling them how they really are and how the rest of the world sees them, taking their rose-tinted glasses off, so to speak. But it is also precise and to the point. You're not going to beat. There's no beating around the bush with this. It's going to be, yeah, let's just charge in there. Let's tell them how it is, and then let them deal with it, and we'll go. Okay, with the Eight of Swords is kind of like being blindfolded, but I feel in this particular case, this action, whatever this truth coming through, either from you or to you, is what takes the blindfold off. What releases the Eight of Swords energy into other energies. The Eight of Swords is like being trapped in a way of thinking. There is only one way of doing things. I think I'd talked a little bit about this in the Earth sign one when it was about work, and it's like I said to them that, well, perhaps you always do something at your job in a certain way because that's how it works. But then someone comes and starts working for you, and they actually know how the thing works properly because they may have helped design it, or they've spent all their life working on it, so they know everything about it, and then they show you how it's done properly. Okay, and they take the blindfold off. This is the only way it works because it worked, and I never pursued it any further. And then they take the blindfold off you and say, no, you can do this, you can do that, you can do multiple things with this. It was designed to do all these things. It weren't just designed to do that one particular thing. And so that's the energy of our Eight of Swords there. The revealing, the taking the blindfold off, the realization that perhaps there's other ways to do things, other ways to think, other ways to look at life. And crossing that is the Page of Pentacles, the card of learning, academic type learning, book type learning, school type learning, if you will. Not the hands-on practical learning, how you learn how to use that bit of machinery the first time round. This is now someone telling you how it's meant to be used via the book, via the instructions. Okay, so this is what drives your first week, the fact that you are learning new things, and this is what sort of could be the information what comes in and what takes that blindfold off. Okay, so week 2 we have the Ace of Swords. Well, yeah, this is a truthful new beginning. Okay, oh, well, I found out the truth and now I've acted upon the truth. Now let's see where this truthful new beginning goes. After all that spiel I said about it might not necessarily link from one week to another. For the bulk of you viewers, it will. Okay, so let's see what this new truth is all about. It could be, for some of you, a totally different new truthful beginning, but for most of you, it is... oh my God. Oh my God, I just saw what the bottom card was. You saw how long I shuffled that for and everything. Right, so this truthful new beginning, the world, this new truth, this truthful beginning you're having, the aha moment, the epiphany, if you will, starts off a whole new cycle for you. But this cycle, this truth is showing you where you are actually going wrong. It's showing you where you are trapped, how you are trapped, why you are trapped, and very possibly it's showing you all the ways out of that entrapment. Okay, the devil in this particular case is talking about entrapment, and that entrapment can come in all shapes and forms. We're all on the same life journey, but we all take different routes to get there. If we were all going down the same road at the same time, well, we wouldn't progress anywhere, would we? Because there'd just be a mass of people. So we all go down different roads at different times, so we all avoid one another. Okay, and in turn allows us all to get to our destination when we're meant to get to our destination. In this particular case, this devil could be an addiction you have. It could be, or an addiction. It could be some sort of family dynamic link. It could be a relationship. It could be your pet dog or your pet cat. It could be absolutely anything. But whatever it is the thing that holds you back. Okay, the new cycle is there. The world is there. It wants to start. So the universe is showing you why it's not starting. Okay, it's a bit like here's a prime example. I found this out the other week. It's a bit like the cam belt on your car or your vehicle has broken. Okay, now the starter engine, you can turn that over and it still turns over fine, but the engine doesn't fire. Okay, so you lift up the bonnet and you have a look and you can't see anything wrong. You're not a mechanic. You don't know. So you get back in, you try again, and eventually you get a mechanic out. The Ace of Swords. Okay, the mechanic lifts up the bonnet or the boot and has a look, depending on where your engine is. It could be in the back, it could be in the front. But they lift up the hood or the trunk, if you want to go down those words, and they have a look and they notice straight away that, well, your cam belt's laying on the floor. And that's why it's not working. Okay, that's the devil. Okay, the cam belt is off. Now, let's just say, for example, it just popped off. Someone was being an arsehole to you, not that they will take the time to do this, but they went in and they took the cam belt off your car and dropped it on the floor for whatever reason. They didn't want you to go on holiday. There you go. So they took the cam belt off your car and dropped it on the floor. And the mechanics found this. Yeah, the truth. The mechanic, remember. The truth is the mechanic. The new start is you going on holiday. Okay? The devil there is someone's taking your cam belt off. So then the mechanic says, well, there's the problem. The cam belt's off. Let's put the cam belt back on. Okay, I'll show you how to put the cam belt back on. Or you go, okay, mate, cheers for that. Here's a tenner. Off you go. I'll Google how to put the cam belt back on this particular model of car and I get going. It shows you what you have to do to make the journey start, to get this cycle up and running, to break away from that devil. And crossing this again is the Page of Pentacles. It's all about learning. So far, first 2 weeks of May, you're learning a whole new lot of shit. Okay, this could be learning about yourself. This could be a learning about others. This could be learning about your work, your pastime, your new hobby, your old hobby. You're going to be doing lots of research, looking into things, learning, maybe even spying into other people's businesses. Maybe they're doing that to you, maybe other people. Maybe you're teaching other people all this wonderful stuff. Maybe you're the mechanic in this particular case, and that could be someone else you're sending off on their journey. So, week 3, the Ten of Pentacles. No, oh, is it? Okay. Okay, it's the Ten of Wands, but I called it the Ten of Pentacles. The pursuit of your own personal happiness is becoming a burden for you. It's like you're going 2 steps forward and 1 step back, or you just never seem to get to that end goal. Nothing ever seems to work out for you. Oh, well, I can tell you why that is. Your cam belt's off. Okay? So let's have a look. Let's have a look at what the clarifiers are. Okay, so we got the 3 of Cups and we have got the Empress. Very nice indeed. Remember, we saw the Emperor in the cup. Okay, this is the divine coupling to the Emperor. This is what makes an empire work. Yes, the Emperor takes control of things, makes decisions, calls the hard calls. The Empress is the one who sits there, keeps the Emperor calm, collect, tells the Emperor that he can't go around just killing people willy-nilly, however he wants. Tells the Emperor, well, you can't go and invade that country because we don't have the food to feed our army. Gives the love, gives the tenderness, gives the reasoning, if you will. This is the Divine Feminine card out of the tarot deck. And if you remember, our intuition, our Divine Feminine, if you will, is blocked. La Goose is in reverse. Now, it could be blocked because of a third party. There could be third party involvement. And this could be that maybe you're involved in a third party somehow, which is causing the burdens. Now, either you could be with the Empress and with someone else, okay, and you believe that the person you're with is the Empress and you're trying to pull away from someone else. Maybe you believe the person you're going towards is the Empress. Maybe the Empress is kind of not actually like that at all and just telling you that that's your intuition blocked. You're not listening to what your body, your mind, your soul is really telling you. The other thing this could be is some sort of like reunion of some description, which is causing a bother for you. I'm going to call it a bother. It's not a burden, it's a bother. It's maybe you have arranged or are arranging a school reunion or work reunion or something like that, and it's not going well. It's causing you a headache, but at the end of the day, with that Empress card, it is still going. Okay, it is going on. It's just maybe not the way you wanted it to, or you don't particularly want to go to it. Now remember, La Goose is blocked here. This is telling us that perhaps you might actually reunite with your twin flame, your Empress, your divine counterpart, if you deal with these burdens which are holding you down. And crossing this is our King of Swords, which is leading us right back to the beginning of the week or the beginning of the month, which is telling us that whatever you're learning there is having some sort of ending here with that 10 of Swords. And then, no, the 10, it's a 10 of Swords as well. This is bad. Right, okay, just generally speaking, for the bulk of you, you are in some sort of situation. You are desperately trying to make this situation work for you, become the 10 of Pentacles, the perfect life. Yeah, you're going to get betrayed somehow. Okay, either you are going to betray or someone is going to betray you. It's all going to come crashing to an end. That's 3 10 cards I've called out for this particular one. It's definitely something coming to the end. And the fact that the Ace of Wands comes out in the 4th week, which is the start of all this, well, the start of something new, okay, is telling us that, well, the old passion is dying a terrible, terrible, horrible death. The King of Swords is telling us, well, you actually know all the truth about this. All this learning you do in the first 2 weeks, yeah, well, that's the truth finally getting through to you. And then, yes, I'm going to take action on this. Okay, if it's a third party thing, yeah, your person is with someone else, you're with someone else, you're bringing it to an end one way or another. If it's that reunion thing I was talking about for others of you, it's either you decide that you are going to go with it or you're not going to go with it. You're going to buckle down and do that Emperor we saw in the split and actually take control of the situation and put it all together right. Okay, and then the Chariot can move forward. Remember, the Chariot is not going anywhere. The horses at the moment are neighing and pawing at the floor and wanting to go tearing off, but they can't because, well, you're not in control of them. Okay, currently they're nipping at each other because you're too preoccupied with something else. But that something else is coming to light, is coming to a head, it's coming to an end, and it's allowing us to move on. That moving on stretch for, I'd say us, I'm not an air sign, but I do have air in my birth chart, so I suppose I can say us. That's something else is moving on. You start the new in the 4th week. Okay, and there's the first part of the new coming out there, flipping on the floor, and you notice, yeah, the changing of thinking. Yeah, I said this is the blindfold coming off. Remember, it's not you're blindfolded, you can't see any other way. This is the blindfold coming off and it being revealed to you. The new start, the big new start, the world is also sitting on top of this Ace of Wands, going that way. Yes, it goes that way and that way for them too, but it's going that way for them once. Okay? And so, and this one has all three of them going down to that one. That only has two. The way the cards end up on the table is also a big tell. Okay? So we got an Ace of Wands. We got the Three of Wands in reverse, and we got the Two of Pentacles coming on. So it's the fourth week for you all. Is I'll put that there for now. Is a passionate new beginning. Now this could be a new relationship. Maybe you're bringing an old relationship to an end, and you literally fall out of one straight into another. It could be the fact that now that you are free and independent, you are going to go off and just do what you've always wanted to do. Okay, with the Three of Wands, which is normally setting the intention, is in reverse. I'm actually going to say this particular reversed Three of Wands is saying that you're kind of throwing caution to the wind and just going off on a whim. Okay, whatever this new start is for you, it's not planned out, it's not thought through. It's just like, I need to get out of here, and wherever it goes, it takes me. Basically, somewhere between week 3 and week 4, that blockage becomes unblocked. That goose turns up the other way. You jump in your boat and you flow off with the current, and you've just got your middle finger pointing that behind you, saying, I'm out of here, see you later. Okay? And when you hear those echoes of, where are you going? What you doing? As you're disappearing down the river, you go, I don't know, I don't care, but I'm not doing this anymore. Okay, the Two of Pentacles is telling us that it's the choices, it's everything being thrown up in front of you. You're going to be juggling all sorts of things. Okay, obviously, if you're going to just swan off down the river, well, you've got your work to think about, you've got your mortgage to think about, maybe you have children to think about. It's juggling all that, but it's going to be juggling it in reality. You're actually going to be taking care of these things, not just thinking about what you're going to be doing and everything. Crossing this is loss and sorrow. Now, normally you see 3 cups knocked down, 2 cups still standing, and it's sort of meant to represent the fact that you've lost the taste for something. You no longer like wine. You knock the wine over because it doesn't taste nice anymore. Or maybe it's just been sitting there so long that it's gone stale. That's what oxygen does to alcohol. But you've still got 2 cups still standing. Or in this particular case, 2 bottles of wine you haven't opened. Or maybe 2 bottles of beer you've never touched because you've always drunk wine. So you're cracking them open and you're seeing what they're about. Okay, yes, I feel like I've lost a lot of time in whatever's happened before, and the truth being revealed has shown me that, well, yeah, I've lost a situation, I've lost a partner, I've lost a love of my life, I've lost a job, I've lost a whatever. But I'm still young, I'm still happy, I'm still healthy, I can go and do whatever I want. Okay, it's a coming together of energies. The 2 cups still standing is a draw, and especially with the Empress just popping out beforehand, is a positive drawing of energy towards you. You're going to start attracting all sorts of new wonderful things through this loss. You might feel the sting of the loss to start with, but when it subsides, you will be noticing that, oh my God, my life has changed for the better in so many ways. Okay, the Nine of Swords, the end of May going into June. Yay, well done, Simon, you got it right this time. Is talking about sort of like, I don't know, the anxiety. I don't feel that this is actually linked with anything else which is happening for most of you throughout the beginning of the month. This is kind of like a separate thing. If this hasn't resonated with you so far, this is the bit what's probably going to resonate with you. This is kind of like independent from everything else I have said. Now, there is an anxiety. There's an anxiety in the air. There's an anxiety in the world. We're all hanging on tenterhooks for various different reasons. Okay, and this anxiety is starting to play on you in a big way. This anxiety for you in particular, come the end of May going into June, is all about your relationship status. Am I going to be single forever? Do I really want to spend the rest of my life with this person? It's kind of like you're going to start asking these questions, but there is no actual answer to them. Okay, the answer is in you somewhere deep down. Okay, which you may have to work hard to find. You may have to do some meditation. You may have to have discussions with people you see as your peers or people you see as better than you, people who have gone through this stuff before you. But it's all about basically your emotional well-being. You're anxious about your emotional well-being. The state of the world is drawing and dragging on your emotional well-being and things. Now the Wheel of Fortune is saying don't panic too much. Don't get yourself stuck in this analysis paralysis. Oh, fantastic! I got it right first time. Didn't have to think about it. And it's saying just go with the flow. The flow broke open come the end of May. Okay, now just go with it. Let the universe guide you. Go where you feel is right, not necessarily where you think is right. Okay, start relying on that inner you, that intuition, that gut feeling you have, and things will progressively, but maybe slowly, get better. Imagine that Wheel of Fortune is now just starting to turn. It's been sitting still for a while and it's now just picking up speed. Most motors don't just start automatically, bang, fall flat out. They gradually pick up speed. Okay, it stops the massive draw of power. Basically, you put a little bit in and it picks up speed, but once it's actually spinning, you can put some more in and it goes faster and faster and faster and so on. Okay, and basically, the more of these swords you start dropping out of that Nine of Swords, the less anxious you will become and the better things will progress for you. Okay, and crossing this is the Eight of, I'm sure I said it earlier, it's the Eight of Pentacles, not the Eight of Pentacles. I said you might have to work on it a little bit. You're going to have to dig down deep. You're going to have to look. You're going to have to make this work for you. If you don't try to put any effort into this and don't try to make it work, that's your result. You're just going to be going round and round in circles, drawing yourself, making yourself ragged, and getting nowhere extremely fast. Okay, but if you put the work in, if you put the effort in, yeah, if you start spinning the wheel, there you go. Imagine it's got a handle on, and you have to spin the wheel. Think of the game. Well, I don't know what it is. Is it Wheel of Fortune? Something like that. Yeah. Now the wheel just sits there. Yeah, it's like any other tool. It does absolutely nothing until someone uses it. That, yeah, it's saying you use it. You put your energy, you put your effort into making that wheel spin, and it will start to spin round and eventually land on something wonderful. Do bear in mind on that game show, there is the bankrupt, there is the miss a turn. It may not look like anything is happening for a while. You may have to lose everything before you can get everything. But the Ten of Cups is talking about emotional fulfillment, and the fact that you are probably going to get it. I think this is kind of like a big, long forecast into the future for you, but to get your emotional fulfillment, you actually have to put some work into it. Okay, you have to perhaps make your own flow. Imagine the only reason the flow is blocked is because you're in between tides. It's not high tide, it's not low tide. There is no current going anywhere. So what do you have to do? You row. You put your effort into it. You make your boat move. Okay? And you make it move, hopefully, in the way the current will be taking you later, the Wheel of Fortune. So put your effort in come the end of May into June, because it's going to need it, air signs. Okay, so that's where I'm wrapping this one up. Hopefully it resonates with you. And remember, it is a predictive read, so it might not resonate with you until the month of May is well and truly underway. Remember, we are all on different timelines, so some of you might be starting that on the 1st of May. Some of you might be starting that on the 20th of May. Okay, and some of you may have actually be here already. So remember, we're all on different timelines. This is just the bulk of the energy of that thing. If it resonates with you, fantastic. Drop it in the comments. Let me know as the month go on. I'll tell you what, if you're still here and you're still watching, drop in the comments right now what star sign you actually are. Yes, I know I'm reading for air signs, the majority of. There could be a few cross watchers, but drop in the comments. Let me know what star sign you are, because then I know exactly what star signs I am reading for. Also, just a quick heads up, I am going to start doing star signed monthly overviews for each of the star signs, but they are only going to stay on my membership part of my channel. So if you do want to see them, you will have to pay for them, unfortunately. But I just don't have that much time. I can do these throughout the whole month for the coming month, and they can just sit there, okay? And it doesn't really matter. I don't feel compelled that I have to do it right near the energy because you're going to be watching it on the public. Okay, so all that being said, thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, please feel free to do so, because this energy here is all linked with the current reads I'm doing and the future reads I'm going to be doing. And so you might want notifications for it if there was any if it resonated with you. If you like this video, please feel free. Give me the thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. And with the comments, I try to get back to the comments as quick as I can. Bear in mind, I do have a full-time job. It is very demanding, especially at this time of year. I'm kind of at my busiest now, right up until about October. I spend a lot of time away from home, as regular viewers will know, because all of a sudden you get funny different backdrops on the videos. And yeah, my time is a precious resource to me, and I give it freely to you, the viewer, for these reads. And so anyway, I don't know where the hell that one was going. I just felt I needed to tell you all that. And until the next time I am catching you on one of my videos, air signs, you be good out there.